This is Movietone. Leslie Mitchell reporting. The Supreme Allied Commander with his deputy, Air Chief Marshal Tedder, drove in a chafe car to Temple Bar, the City of London boundary. From there, his triumphal progress was made in an open carriage. There was cheering all the way, and every reason for it. At the Guildhall, or what remains of it, General Eisenhower found Mr. and Mrs Churchill already there, waiting to give him a special welcome on this really happy occasion. Certainly for the Supreme Commander, it must have been an exciting moment as he walked to his place in the battle-scarred Guildhall to receive the freedom of the city, the greatest honor it can bestow. The Sword of Honor wasn't ready for presentation, but he now accepted, in token, the sword worn by the Duke of Wellington. Eisenhower's speech included these passages.
When the British Empire stood, alone but unconquered, almost naked but unafraid, to defy the Hitler horde, it was on this devoted city that the first terroristic blows were launched. My most cherished hope is that after Japan has joined the Nazis in utter defeat, neither your country nor mine will ever again have to summon its sons and daughters from their peaceful pursuits to march to the drums of Mars.
From the Guildhall to the Mansion House, and another chance for London people to express their thanks to the great Allied leader. Ike had a very different audience at the Mansion House, and he gauged its sentiment exactly.
Whether or not you know it, I am now a Londoner myself. I've got just as much right to be down in that crowd yelling as you have. The great difference that I see in this city and when I came 3 years ago is right here. We can now have crowds. There can be happy gatherings. You don't have to listen for a motor in the sky and wonder whether there's a pilot in the blankety-blank thing or not. We don't sit here, stand here, listening with fear for the first wailing notes of the sirens. The job that has been done, you people have done. You and the others like you through all the United Nations. I have lived with you intermittently 3 years. I've always wanted to do one thing, to meet one great group of you where I could say something directly that I have so often tried to say indirectly. It is a word of thanks for your hospitality to my soldiers that came into your country in great numbers, often to your very great inconvenience, if not irritation. To every Londoner that has ever taken one of my soldiers into his home, I say you'll always have my profound gratitude. To everyone who has smilingly directed one of my men to the Albert Hall or to Marble Arch, I owe thanks also. to everyone who is by his demeanor, his manner, or any word or act of helplessness has done anything for an American soldier, I want to tell you one other thing. You have done something in cementing bonds that must always remain between your country and mine, and into which scope must be brought Russia, France, China, all the other great countries that have helped to whip this Nazi, and we hope will quickly whip Japan. My best to you, my thanks to you. Probably I will never see many of you again, but if it's also that, then also a word of goodbye and good luck.
You have just seen and listened to the words of a great commander, a man who has proved not only his capacity to organize and regulate the movements of armies, but to stir men's hearts, and who has shown a capacity for making great nations march together more truly united than they ever have before.
This is